Hey, I'm RT and welcome back to the second part of this video series. So, the video series of the 3-slot casino. And if you want to watch the first video first, I would highly recommend it to you. There I show you how to build this much simpler version of the casino block by block, which is this one, and not this very complex one you will get shown in this video. And I will also explain both of those contraptions in the first video, whereas here is just a block by block tutorial for the second one. So I highly recommend you watching the first video first and this video afterwards. And it's also linked in the info card section in the video description. So, but nevertheless, we gonna build this casino now, and I've just presented to you one more time. We just throw in a diamond to pay for the casino, and then everything gets moved around, as you can see here. And now, yeah, we were really lucky. We just won another right block. Great. If all those 3 are in line, we just win. So, now to the block by block tutorial for the complex machine. And as you can see here, we start with a 15 by 8 platform, 15 into this direction and 8 where you want to have the casino wall in front of you. And then we just grab some decorative blocks, just go 1 from the side here and increase the height to 4 blocks in total. Same for the other side, 4 blocks here, 4 blocks there. Then some quartz on the inside, 1 block gap, another 4 row of quartz, and same goes for this side like that. You should end up with this pattern, and yeah, of course you can also put in here some walls. I just put in a very short wall here with a length of 4 blocks. And after we did that, we just grab some quartz stairs, put them like this. And in between we want to make sure to grab our winning block, which in my case is the netherite. And just maybe, like, I highly recommend you like marking at least the row with some arrows, so nobody feels, nobody can like misunderstand when he or she wins in the casino and when not. So then we want to make sure to cover this this hole like that. And of course we can also cover, oh no, we can cover it like this. Just put a block on top and just leave this row open, and we want to also remove these 3 blocks in the ground. That's where our conveyor belt will go. And we can also remove this block here, grab a hopper and put in the payment system, where we just put a hopper facing into this block, facing into that block, and just grab a trapdoor to cover everything up and make everything nice, like this. Then we want to make sure to grab some wool. Yeah, really make sure that both hoppers are connected to the left block and not into each other. So then we want to read the output of the upper dropper with a comparator. Redstone block, redstone dust, another block here, another redstone dust, some repeaters. Just remove those 2 blocks, another block and the redstone torch. Now we can fill the first hopper with some diamonds, and in the first slot we want to put 18, and the 19th should be sucked downwards into this dropper. Then we want to place in a quartz stair like that, and a chest like this. So now we can access the chest, and whenever someone decides to play the casino and throw in 1 diamond, it will end up as a profit in our profit chest. So now it's time to build the first conveyor belt system and the second conveyor belt system, and yeah, I will do it now. So the first thing we want to do is put some pistons in here, like in the gap where we just want the blocks to be moved upwards. And then we just leave a space of 1, 2 and put in here another 3 pistons like this. They should look like that now. And that's the lower part of the conveyor belt. Then we want to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just temporary blocks, because we have a total gap size of 7 blocks. And after we've done that, the block should be moved 1 to this, to the left, then upwards, and then again backwards 1 block. So we just grab in some pistons and put them here like this. And then when they got moved 1 block into the right direction, we want to move them downwards again like that. So make really sure to have this kind of conveyor belt now, where we have this two wide structure with 2, 4, 6, 7 blocks tall, and the piston should be connected really like this. If you mess this up, your conveyor belt won't function as desired. So that's basically how you should place the pistons. Next up is the wiring for all those pistons. So we want to make sure to grab an output from redstone lamps. So basically what we want to do is we want to go 1 block to the right from this piston here, and then just go 1, 2, 3 blocks up. We just remove the whole the blocks here and just put an observer facing into this redstone lamp like that, and then 2 observers facing downwards. So if somebody would change the block state here, this piston would move. And we do the same for the lower piston, so just place observers facing into the into this redstone lamp. So really make sure that you face in also this observer like that, and afterwards you just connect it like this. And if we now move this state, you can see this one's first, the other one is second. That should work. If it doesn't work, you already made a mistake, unfortunately. So now we want to repeat this process like that. Just do it for the other system, for the other 2 conveyor belts, like this, and again here, just connect them like that, like this, and here like that. So it doesn't depend which lamp we now remove or place, it should always trigger 2 pistons if we do so. And we will do the same part for the upper pistons, except that we have here one exception. First of all, we want to make sure that we place our redstone lamp like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. So 5 blocks in this direction, 2 blocks up, and we can remove all those other blocks. And then we just go and read, or just 2 observers facing into this redstone lamp, then just an iron trapdoor, and 2 observers facing into this piston here. But we can also remove this observer with a block of wool, of course. So we have now 3 observers into this piston, into the horizontal ones, and we have here also 3 observers to the horizontal one, and we have 2, 4, 6 into the vertical piston, so we also need 6 here. So simply grab an output from here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's our 6 observers for this piston. Just remove it shortly. If you do so, the horizontal should fire first and the vertical afterwards. If you finished that, you can also repeat the same process for the 2 slots. For the other 2 slots, just like that. Observer facing into the trapdoor, observer facing into this observers, like this. So now everything is complete. And we just want to repeat the process a second time over here. So we start the second conveyor belt like 2 blocks behind this blue block, and then go 1 to the left like this, and then we just repeat the same process we did here for then we just repeat the same process which we did here for this conveyor belt in this conveyor belt here. So just again some pistons there, then just count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's where we want to push it horizontally again. And then here we want to push it down in the vertical direction again. Remove those blocks in between. So now we just grab the redstone lamps and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2 upwards, like that. And we just read the output of those redstone lamps here with some observers. Just place in some trapdoors and face observers into those trapdoors, and then a row of blocks, and then just place observers all the way like this, 4 at a time. And then we just do the lower portion, just go 1, 2, 3, 1 to the side, 3 of them, just put observers facing into those lamps all the way to ground level, like this. And also facing into these observers here, and facing into the lamp, and again facing into those observers. So again, if you should break any of those lamps, the horizontal piston should fire first, followed by the vertical piston. Same goes for this upper portion. So we now have completely the same conveyor belts 2 times. Now it's time for the wiring. To power those lamps, we simply put 3 blocks of wool here and another 2 rows of 3 blocks there. Then we want to grab some repeaters and put in all repeaters like that. First row set to 3 ticks and second row set to 2 ticks, so a total of 5 ticks. After we place those repeaters, we just place in blocks like this, then 2 to the side on each side. Cover everything in redstone and prevent the redstone from connecting by putting in 2 additional blocks. Put in another block here like that, and then just here on the side like this, and here in the middle like that. And if we put in some repeaters, it should look like this. So now if we simply power one of those lines, you can see only one line at a time here in the front should be powered. And we have a total of 5 ticks of delay here. And if we want to repeat it for the top section, we just place in here some wool and go all the way like that. And also I forgot, of course, to place in some obsidian, because we want also to prevent everything from disassembling itself if something goes wrong. So if those pistons push upwards, they could in theory push this observer upwards, so we just prevent it by placing here some obsidian like that for both cases. Then if those pistons push to the side, they could push wider or like 1 block further. So just prevent them by doing that. Same goes for those pistons. And yeah, the upper pistons can't push into the ground, otherwise you should cover the blocks below here with obsidian too. Yeah, here we have the same problem. These pistons could in theory push further, so just prevent them by doing so with this obsidian. And if you don't have 16 blocks in this direction, which is the push limit, or is it 12 blocks? Sorry, it is 12 blocks in this direction. You should consider placing a row of like unmovable blocks like furnaces in the Java edition, like that. Or some obsidian here, so that if you don't have 12 blocks in this row, that these pistons cannot push your floor 1 block away. Here we can do it simply by putting in some obsidian, but I kind of find it ugly if we have here directly some obsidian. That's why I chose the furnaces there. Then we were at the wiring part. Just place in 1 more row. And here we have 5 ticks, so basically we want to repeat it here too. So we just have 4 repeaters like this. Then we have in the middle another repeater. Here blocks, some more blocks outwards, and then just simply connecting everything like this. Here are the repeaters now. And there should be 5 in total for each row, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Middle row is also 5, and this row is also 4 here and 1 there. Just place in some redstone on top of here. And if you check everything on, like, always the line where you power it with the redstone torch, only this line should light up and should power the lamp in front. So if we have now this placed in, we simply repeat the process for the second one. So just place in everything correctly, like that for the top part, and for the bottom part we just have again those repeaters set to 3 ticks for the first row. Set, oh god, I'm completely too fast. So 3 ticks first row, 2 ticks second row, and then we simply wanna grab some more blocks. Place in some redstone dust, place in some redstone dust, place a repeater, place a repeater, place a repeater. So that's basically our wiring system done. Now we can move on to the clocks. So the clock system consists basically of an observer reading the output of this redstone here in front. Just place an observer like that. then place in 2 blocks like this, another piece of redstone there, and then a redstone repeater set to 3 ticks, another piece of another block there. And if we now just replace the redstone there, all the clocks should be firing, and this this piston tape should be moving in theory if there were some blocks inside. But we want to prevent them from doing so. That's why we just removed the block there and move on to gray wool. And we just want to power those clocks permanently with the redstone torch, and then they're off. So that's basically what we want to do. That's the off state if they're powered. And just repeat the process here. Again, just an observer facing in redstone dust. I will place it afterwards so it's a little bit better. Here's some redstone dust, redstone repeater set to 3 ticks, another block on top, and if we place in some redstone dust there, the clocks should start. And then we simply block down 2 blocks and 1 block here, and in this gap we just place a redstone torch like that, and that's basically also functioning now. Now we only have to wire them up with some red stained glass. So we want to basically wire now this line of redstone to these lines here. So we can simply do it by just grabbing some glass like this, and then here's some redstone. Should look like this now. And we can do the same here. Just glass, 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 and a block, and then wire everything up. We can also do it here immediately, like this. Redstone, redstone, glass on top, glass aside, glass on top, glass here, and just wire everything up. So that's basically the right part, and then only the middle part is missing, and we can do so by simply placing here some glass, there some glass, wiring up, another piece of glass, and here another piece of wool. Same goes for this side. We have here glass on top of the repeater, glass on top of the redstone dust, wire everything up, another glass, another block, and everything should be fine. By testing it out, I just discovered one mistake. You really have to make sure that this is only repeaters set to 1 ticks in the upper portion. Otherwise it would mess up the timing. So if I just remove this redstone torch here to check everything, the horizontal pistons should move in sync and the vertical pistons should move in sync, and yeah, now it's the case. So basically whenever the horizontal fires, the upper horizontal should fire too, and same goes for the vertical ones. And if we place the redstone torch back in, this should stop, and yeah, you can also check this for each row. If everything is completely in sync, that's very important. So now we can move on with the next circuit, which is the green one. We just place in here 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, starting from this observer here, and just place a line of redstone on top of it. Then place some droppers, like 2 blocks apart, and in those droppers you should put a stone sword, and also a non-stackable item and a stackable one for each of those droppers. And then simply put a hopper in front of them, composter on top to prevent any people from throwing in some stuff to increase their chances. And afterwards we simply want to grab the comparator like this, like this, and simply put here comparators in front of those hoppers, and then 2 pieces of wool, redstone here, redstone block there, a block there, and some target blocks next, like this. And if we place in those targets blocks, we just put in another block here, which we run a repeater output from or into this block. And afterwards, each of your models should look like that. And from there on, we can now grab some magenta wool to place it here, like where the redstone dust is meeting the block, and there we just put in a redstone repeater. So it's the redstone dust facing into those repeaters, and the repeaters from the target block facing into this piece of redstone. And then we simply grab us some light gray wool, and we simply go one block up and connect this complete line like that. And for this part, now you want to make sure to have here another 2 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for each of those lines. Comparator facing into the block, redstone torch like this, another 2 blocks like that, 3 blocks like that, sorry. Just some redstone dust here, torch at the end, and some redstone dust here. Should look like this. Then hoppers facing into each other for all those modules. Like this, and then we can just cover them with composters again, so nobody can mess up with your odds of the casino. And then I just want to make sure that I just grab the same amount. We have 10, 13 and 16. So for the right one it's 10. Then we have 13. 13. And then we simply have 16 here. So that's our first 3 outputs. And then we want to build the last one too, which is here. And it's just 3 blocks apart from this repeater. Like 1, 2, 3. And the 4th block is now where everything happens. And from here on we just simply build again 1, 2. These are the 3 blocks here. Another block there, repeater, comparator, hopper, hopper, hopper into each other. On top some composters, and again want to make sure that we have a redstone torch here, some blocks there, redstone torch here, and everything connected up with dust. And here we just put in 9 items like this, just 9 items. And yeah, now we want to make sure to connect everything up with the light gray wool. So the first thing we do is just replace this redstone dust with the repeater. Then just go like this, prevent of course this redstone line then from connecting there. So you can place in here 4 pieces of redstone easily, and then just connect them up like this. You can remove the supporting blocks, and that's basically everything we need. So now we have 4 outputs, and one of them is the main output. And here we simply just switch to black or the dark wool, like this. Here we put in some redstone dust, then some torches like this, and in between we connect everything with the light wool. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. So then repeater set to 2 ticks, redstone dust, repeater set to 2 ticks, redstone dust, repeater set to 2 ticks. Then we want to make sure to put a block on each of those torches, another torch, and then again another block on top of those torches, like this. And what we have to do now with the dark gray redstone lines is just simply connect them, the middle one, just simply connect them up to those blocks. So it's like this, and here it's like, oh no, it's the wrong direction, of course. So here it's like that. So everything should be then connected up fine to those 3 blocks. So each of those lines is now connected to 1 row in front, and we want to repeat the same process over like this here. So now we basically want to make sure that this right line is connected to this right line, the middle line to this middle line, the left line to this left line. And we can simply achieve that by, with the left line, do it like this. For the middle line, it's a little bit more complicated. We just put an output there. Just block over like this. Doesn't really matter how you connect it. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that the redstone signal strength is only 15. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's fine. And now the last line, which is here, just connect it like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's great now. So if somebody decides now to play, we just have to put in the yellow circuit 2. So if somebody decides now to play, we just grab an output like this from here. And we just set this repeater to 4 ticks. Then we want to grab in some redstone and put here 2 comparators in different ways, like one facing into this direction, the other one in the other direction. Then we just place a repeater here, then a repeater there, and here a repeater set to 4 ticks. 2 pieces of redstone, 2 pieces of redstone here. 2 comparators facing in this direction, 2 comparators facing in the other direction. We can replace this with a block, put here some redstone on top, place in here some more, like that, placing here another block, repeater, and then again this 3x2 structure where we just have a comparator facing in this direction and the other one, so a lot of comparator clocks here unfortunately. And here we can also combine these 2 lines with each other, but we have to keep in mind, that we have to go 1 block to the left, like this, and then here again some redstone dust, and from there on we can just block upwards like this. So next we want to close this gap here, or this hole, just put in a quartz block on top of this comparator, then a sticky piston facing into this quartz block like that, and that leaves us just with enough space to connect everything up. And I just misplaced this block here, please put it here and run it into a block, this redstone line, and on top of this block we just put a redstone torch, another block, and here a sticky piston like this. So that leaves us now with the roofing area, so we just grab some more stairs, and we simply want to build a roof like this. So it is 3 blocks high here, and then just the stairs. Then we want to make sure to have a dropper like this. Dropper is maybe just good if you place it directly where the input is, and we can also put here some frames just to be more decorative like this. So we can now just place the currency for the casino in like there, and also the netherite blocks here. That's like basically what we can win. And yeah, now we can grab some more quartz blocks like this and just finish everything up. And I think I need more stairs like this. Another row of quartz blocks, and I think I could have placed in here some stairs, right? Yeah, sorry, that can be already some stairs, but then you have to do stairs again. That's basically necessary to cover those iron trapdoors. And from there on, you basically can do whatever you want. Then none of the casino tech is in the way. And that's basically how everything looks from front. So here's our netherite dropper, where we just put in all the fancy netherite prices, like this. And we can also remove those 3 blocks here. We will move those 4 blocks, we will need the space afterwards. So the next part we want to do is just put in all the netherite blocks and all the concrete and lapis blocks. So just grab some lapis lazuli and also again some netherite. And what we also need in addition is some cauldrons and some blue stained, or in general some glass. It doesn't matter if it's blue stained glass, it just has to be glass. And we also need this bottle here. So what we can do now is simply just start here. For example, I will show you how this conveyor belt works first. So just remove this torch again. And if I just hold down here with some blocks, we should see, maybe I just move in some lapis too. So that's now basically our conveyor belt working. You can see the lapis block is moving very well. And I will just stop the clock again. So now you can just basically randomize the blocks you put in here. I just go with some some blue concrete, some lapis lazuli sometimes, like this. And notice that these blocks in the corners are free, so just leave the gap there. There's very important. So and then I just decided to do like 1, 2, 3, yeah, I don't know, four netherite blocks. That's quite enough for each row. And now the first row is done, and we want to go over to the second conveyor belt and put in exactly the same, like here, like we have here the glass, then we have the netherite block, then we have 3 pieces of glass, then we have again a netherite block, which is represented by the cauldron, another netherite block, another glass, netherite block, and then 2 glass. Should look like this now. And then we can just simply fill all those cauldrons with water, and after we filled them, just right click them twice with a empty glass bottle. Then we go again for the second row now. Maybe just place the netherite blocks in different spaces now, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And now just do the same thing here, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, some cauldrons with water, right click them twice. Then we can simply fill everything with glass here. Remember, you have to leave those gaps open in the right corner and in the left bottom corner. Just leave the gaps, don't fill them. And here we can just move in some more random lapis blocks, some more concrete blocks, some more lapis, and some more concrete. So second row is done, and now the last row. Yeah, maybe we just go with 2 blocks, netherite, netherite, 2 blocks. So 2 blocks, netherite, netherite, 2 blocks. Fill everything with water, right click everything with the glass bottle twice. And oh, now I just made very uncomfortable to reach it here. So top block will be block, netherite, block, 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 netherite, and then the block at the bottom again. Oh, I really placed in the block at the bottom now. This is not cool. Like this, so we have 3 blocks in between. 1, 2, 3, and netherite down there. Again here, some netherite here. Block. Then a cauldron. Then we have 3 block space. I think I remember it correctly. 1, 2, 3. So we have again 4 netherite blocks per conveyor belt. Fill those 2 too. Right click them twice. And that's basically our... whatever blocks you put in here, you have to put the winning blocks in the real conveyor belt there to make sure that they are in sync. And yeah, now everything is basically perfect and ready to go. The last thing we want to do is just read the output and connect everything to our winnings, to our droppers. So we do that by just grabbing some white wool. And then you just go to the height where you are here. That's basically, in my case, that's Y level 6. That's where the, if I look straight forward, that's where everything is what I win. If I go here, you see that it's Y level 6 again. So that's basically the row where we want to take the outputs. If those 3 are netherite blocks, there should be 3 cauldrons below down here, and they should now give us the price. So then we have to put all those comparators in subtraction mode, place in a hopper like this, cover it with something and put in just, doesn't matter, just random 64 items. Then just put 3 pieces of redstone like this. And yeah, now you can see that with some target blocks here and some redstone torches here, we have 2 torches disabled and 1 enabled. That's because we have here 1 right output. So if we had 2 cauldrons here, 2 redstone torches should be lit up. And if we put it like this, we just place an AND gate. So if this line is unpowered, basically what it does is it enables us to power this torch, and this torch then powers this block, and this block then gives its signal strength to the dropper here. So if, for example, all those cauldrons were in row, all those torches would be off, and you heard it already, there was an item dispensed in front, so that's when we win. And now is the critical part. Now it's when we throw the first diamond inside and hope that nothing breaks. So fingers crossed. Nice, that looks great. So that's basically how everything works now. Yeah, as you can see now it just won absolutely nothing. But remember this pattern here, we have 3 netherite blocks here and 1 kind of diagonally. And we also should have this pattern here. So we have here the 3 blocks and this one down here diagonally. So everything is working properly. And some additional safety is required here. So just put this repeater here, it was on 1 tick before, just put it on 4 tick. That makes the whole contraption a little bit safer, since the redstone pulse length to retract this piston here is a little bit longer. And yeah, just make sure to put it on 4 ticks. And whoa, wait, of course, it had to be done. I just misplaced this cauldron with a netherite block, so it doesn't really matter, but make sure that it doesn't happen. It would look very stupid. So now we have this kind of diagonal shape here, and we also have this diagonal shape there with the cauldron, so that's great. And let's see if we can win something. So after I managed to basically just throw in nearly a stack of diamonds, and we have here no visible netherite block, I just compared it to the other casino. So after nearly a stack of diamonds and no netherite blocks won, I recognized that, or realized that on this conveyor belts we have 6 netherite blocks per conveyor, and here we have only 4. So I would just suggest to maybe put in here some more, like here 1, 2, and yeah, maybe here 3. If you do it, yeah. So like this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You really have to make sure that you place them correctly at the front. So this time we should have here and there. That's our representing netherite blocks. So 2 in row with these cauldrons and 1 below them. So that's basically our new configuration, and then we can just play again. Yay, and after some time, after like 10 diamonds more, I managed to get it, to get a netherite block. Nice. So basically now everything works, and of course you can completely play around with the probabilities. So if you want to increase your chances, just replace more blocks here with netherite blocks or with the winning blocks, and here just replace the same spot in the conveyor belt. It's really important to do it at the same spot with the cauldron. And yeah, as you can see here, we have now 3 cauldrons in a row. All those torches are off, and we can simply yeah, win this netherite ingot here, or this block of netherite. Yeah, I hope that leaves me with just some very happy now casino owners out there. So yeah, make sure to look in the world download in the video description to download the world and play around if something is not working as you expected. Otherwise, just yeah, do the block by block tutorial. You can pause at any point, and as said, this casino is highly customizable. You can customize the chances, you can customize the length with the items in these hoppers. So yeah, feel free to build it and enjoy it. Bye bye.